What switches end users on to object storage? What are some of the factors they consider when they're looking at it?
I think primarily it's scalability. So if you look at traditional storage systems, they're really only scalable to 1 or 2 petabytes in size. We're now talking to organizations that need 10 petabytes, 100 petabytes, and in fact, working with the customer at the moment with an exabyte scale requirement. So scale is really the big thing, and then access of your data. So we focus on the S3 API to get access to data, which is allow storage access over the internet. So it makes it very easy to access that data. But the S3 API is a complicated feature set. It's different to things like NFS, for example. NFS, you're either compliant or not. S3 has something like 450 different verbs, so we have much better compliance than most of the vendors that deliver that kind of solution. But it's just ease of access that allows data to allows users to manage data a lot more effectively, move it around their workflow. So I think scalability is absolutely one, which ultimately also drives down the cost. So cost is a massive factor, and then ease of access.
And in terms of specific uses, have you got a couple of sort of examples where it's being used in specific industries at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're talking to a bunch of car manufacturers all over the world. I mean, if you want to classify it as IoT, but actually what they're looking at is capturing the telemetry data of all their new cars. So every car will have something like a 300-point check in terms of what's the air tire pressure, engine temperature, and all that data is sent back to their central location. And they reckon an exabyte of data per year, just for telemetry data. So it's a great example where it's machine-generated data. It's not generated by humans, and as soon as machines get involved in generating data, it's just a constant flow, constant stream. And I think a big trend, as you'll know, is the use of IoT, enabling all sorts of devices. A car is just a good example that I think people can visualize quite easily. But that kind of intelligence is going into everything. So we just see more and more IoT use cases across more and more different industry sectors.
Okay, that's great. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you.